Hey, what's going on out there? I'd like to welcome everyone to Water Your Soil. I hope you all had a great holiday. I hope you all ate well. I hope you were able to spend time with your loved ones, whether that be family, friends, whoever it may be. I hope you all had a great holiday out there. But the new year is upon us. So we're getting into the new year. We're closing out 2022. We're heading into 2023. Now, some of you may be considering going and applying for a new credit card in 2023. Well, look no further, because in this video right here, I'm going to tell you how to choose the correct credit card for yourself. Because let's be realistic, there are a lot of credit cards out there. There are a lot. And you know, there are credit card videos all over, whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, other social media websites. There are a lot of videos out there concerning credit cards. So if you're new to credit cards, that can confuse you. And even if you're not new to credit cards, it still can confuse you. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm not gonna tell you all to go and get a specific credit card, but I'm gonna tell you what should play a role in you choosing your new credit card in the new year. And not just for the new year, you can do this for 2024, 2025, and beyond. Whatever year you decide to use it is up to you, but it will work well in 2023. So the first thing you want to do before going and deciding to apply for a new credit card is you want to make sure you have your credit report. This is Water Your Soil, and I help people with credit cards and understanding how credit scoring works. So one of the things I always tell people to do is go and upload all three of your credit reports from the three major credit bureaus. That's Experian, that's Equifax, and TransUnion. You can do that on whichever site you choose to do it on, but I always refer people to annualcreditreport.com because annualcreditreport.com usually offers you one of each credit report for free. So you want to check that out. That's annualcreditreport.com. Now, after you download your credit report, you want to make sure that you are in position to add a new credit card. Look at how many credit cards you currently have, whether or not you need to add a new one. Look at your credit age, and that's the age of all your credit cards together, the average age of all of your credit cards together. Whether you have one that you had for 2 years, one that you had for 5 years, one that you had for 3 years, the average age combines all of those years and averages them out. So you want to make sure that you are in position to add a new credit card. Now, it's all subjective, so it's all going to be up to you. I always tell people when it comes to credit scores and credit cards and your credit report, use your own discretion. And the reason why I say use your own discretion is because ultimately it's going to have an impact on your credit score, not the person that's giving you advice or telling you what you should do. So always use your own discretion in making the final decision regarding your credit cards, your credit report, and your credit score. So after you went over your credit report and you realize that you can add a new credit card, one of the things that you want to do is you want to look at your spending over the past year. So whether you've been using your debit card or you've been using cash, what you want to do is go through your statements and see what you've been spending the most on this past year. Was it gas? A lot of us have been spending a lot on gas. Was it groceries? Was it eating out like restaurants, whether it's dine in or takeout? Was it travel? What is it? What did you spend majority of your money on this past year? And that will give you a clue of what type of credit card you should be choosing, because whichever category is the main category you used on your 2002 statements, that will give you a paper trail to what credit card you should consider. Now, another thing, you also want to take in consideration what you plan on spending money on in 2023. Some of you already have it set what you're going to be spending majority of your money on, whether that's travel, dining out, groceries, food, whatever it may be. Some of you already know that. Some of you don't. I'm someone, I don't know what I'm going to be spending majority of my money on. I have a clue, but I don't know for sure. And I know some of you also fall into that situation. So what you want to do is you want to do a little bit of forecasting on what you believe you'll be spending majority of your money on. Because as I stated, it's going to leave a paper trail into what credit cards you should look for. So once you do those two things, you'll have a clue about what credit cards to look for. So then after you do that, you want to start doing your research on different credit cards. If you're someone that's going to do most of your spending on groceries and gas and dining out and eating and things like that, then you may want to consider one of these everyday credit cards where you get the most out of it, Another thing, if you're someone who's going to use it on travel, you may want to consider a premium credit card. Now, I'm going to get into that part in a little bit, but you want to make sure what's going to be your main category in regards to credit cards. So getting into that part, there are different types of credit cards. You have beginner credit cards, you have entry credit cards, you have mid-tier level credit cards, and you have premium credit cards. A lot of your travel cards are considered to be premium credit cards because they offer a lot of travel benefits, but they also tend to have a higher annual fee. So you need to decide whether or not you want a credit card that has an annual fee or no annual fee. For those of you who are new to credit cards and you're just learning about credit cards and you really don't know how credit cards work outside of the basics, you may want to consider a no annual fee credit card. That will keep the risk down and it will keep the hassle down. You really don't want to be bothered with an annual fee if you really don't know about credit cards nor really know how to use them to your advantage. So you may want to start off with a no annual fee credit card. And the good thing for you is there are a lot of no annual fee credit cards out there. Just about every major credit card issuer has a no annual fee credit card. So you'll be fine with selecting a no annual fee credit card. Now, in regards to credit cards with annual fees, that's when paying attention to the category you chose earlier in this video comes into play. Whether it's travel, there are some great premium travel cards out there. There are also some great premium cards that are big time when it comes to food and groceries. So you want to do your research on that. But like I said, those categories that you selected as far as what you spend the most on will help you out when considering your credit card. And another thing when it comes to deciding a new credit card, you want to make sure that you are able to pay off whatever you spend. I know some people like to carry balances and they pay attention to, 0% APR for 12 months or 0% APR for 15 months. But over here at Water Your Soil, I teach people if you can't afford to pay it off, don't purchase it. And don't use your card for it, because buying things and carrying over balances is a good way to end up in credit card debt. I have tons of videos on this channel to explain further what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to. But I'm not even going to get into, who has the lowest APR, because if you're paying attention to the economy in 2023, all of these rates are up. So what you want to pay attention to is whether or not they have a good intro offer and whether or not they have an annual fee. But in regards to that APR, you should simply aim for paying off whatever you spend every month. So last but not least, this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that you do have a good enough credit score to get approved for a credit card. You don't want to just go and apply for credit cards with a bad credit score. You want to make sure you have a good chance of being approved. I'm not saying go on Credit Karma and listen to their recommendations, because sometimes those could be wrong. What I'm saying is you want to make sure you have a good enough credit score in order to be approved. What's a good enough credit score? Usually it's anywhere from the upper 600s to the lower 700s and above, and in that range. I can't tell you whether or not you will be approved for a card. It's always up to the credit card issuer. But like I said, go back and review your credit report, see what's on there, see what your credit score is, and that should give you a clue as to whether or not you have a good chance of being approved for the credit card that you apply for. But if you are looking for information on credit cards, how to increase your credit score, learning about how credit scoring works, I have tons of videos on this exact channel, Water Your Soil. So be sure to go through my video section, and I'm sure you can find a video that will help you out. I have a section and a playlist called Credit Cards for Beginners. If you check out that playlist, it will help you out in regards to understanding credit cards more. In fact, what I'm going to do for you all, I'm going to put that playlist, the link to that playlist, down below in the description box. So be looking for it down below in the description box. I'm going to do that for you all. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. If you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. Also, this goes to every single one of you. Be sure to hit the like button. The like button is your way of showing support for this channel. It helps the algorithm and it helps this video get circulated. So you never know who wants to see this video and who this video may help. So as a form of support, be sure to hit the like button. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I appreciate you all for coming through and watching. 2023 is coming up. I hope you all have a successful year. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right?